Alright, and it's away. So, for a quick recap of where we are and what's going on at this point, we've been delving deeper and deeper into this dungeon. Things are getting pretty dark. We've managed to ascertain already that we are definitely in the Shadowfell at the moment, so things are getting a little bit interesting. We've come to a point now where we're basically having a look at. We've come out the other end of a maze that has basically opened up into a wider area. So this looks almost Fey touched, but in a very dark, shadowy kind of, very sort of Shadowfellish kind of way. As we're looking forward at where we are now, it's almost like not an open field, but a field of different trees that seem to be comprised out of shadow, strange crystalline formations that when shadow was cast before, instead of breaking them apart, they just seem to fade out of the material plane. Things, even though we're in the Shadowfell, that anyone that might be familiar with, which I don't think anyone is really familiar with Shadowfell, still seems pretty damn weird. Shooting a look over in this kind of general direction, can see that there is another kind of tunnel type entry up to the top right hand corner. And of course, once we arrived in here as well, this weird construct kind of arose. It seems to have a bevy of desiccated corpses. It probably hasn't had visitors for a long time, and this thing just seems to be plodding forward with a mechanical anger. Even after Sterling released a massive amount of damage on the thing, it is still advancing. It's not destroyed just yet. So now we are. I think it was the first round of action that we went through. And now we're coming to the top of the second round, and we have Lara in play. And just to remind everyone what we've got going on, for one of this construct or thing's actions, it's summoned a couple of weird ghostly apparitions that all seem to leak off some of the corpses and bodies that have been spiked on top of this thing. They seem to have leaked out and started to manifest into these apparitions and seem to be its beck and call. We've also got a wall of fire that has been surrounded around this construct as well, and we've also got Therman's moonbeam is kind of sitting up here just to the north of what happened as well. So, with that quick little re-intro, Lara, at the top of the round.
Lord help me. Well, I'm just gonna stay back, and I guess I'm just gonna shoot it.
Wise decision.
And go for this big bad thing, which I'm assuming is still up.
It is still up. It is still up.
Even though it's got a little death symbol on.
That's just to demark that it's got hex placed upon it.
No.
Yeah.
Alrighties. Let's do this shit.
Alright.
Sorry, just before you do that.
Yep.
Sorry. What's the red thing around it?
The red thing around it is
That's
wall of fire. Wall of fire that Nesna dropped in there at the end of the round.
Fire, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Alright, so you can't see it, is what I'm saying. None of us can see him.
But I can see a thing of fire, surely.
You can see the wall for sure, but you don't know where. You'd have disadvantage on the attack roll because you'd be guessing what square he's in.
I'm not rolling again for that turn. I can't do any worse than a 1.
Sure, just saying.
But I'm more than happy to go with that logic.
It doesn't advantage us.
But
It's just if you can't see something, you have to guess what square it is. And since you can guess, it's still 50%. You still have disadvantage on the attack roll.
Okay, I lost my little note. Post it. Found it. All good.
Are you hearing an echo
Alright.
when Laura speaks?
Yeah, I heard that.
Just now, yeah.
Oh. Hello? It's Jess.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, it's echoing through my mic. Hold on.
I thought Jess was copying you. I thought, that's pretty funny.
Sounds exactly the
Aw.
same.
Okay. Well, as I have 2 attacks per action, I'm still going to try and shoot blindly again with disadvantage.
Alright. Let it rip.
13
Ooh.
at disadvantage.
Yes. So as Lara's kind of skulked around the corner looking very battered and bruised and definitely hurt from the previous encounters, she looses off and the bolt just seems to disappear into the flame. Unlikely to have done any damage, but can't concern if that's the case, as it's just disappeared into the flame.
And yeah, I may as well go for the one more because in for penny, in for pound.
Yeah, that's it.
12.
12.
So worse.
Very much the same. The bolt just seems, at a best guess, to be going in the right direction. You did recall that previously that this thing does look pretty heavily armored. It definitely has a great deal of metallic elements to its body. Anything else that you want to do with your movement?
Sterling.
Maybe drag the caller back or something. I don't know.
The caller's down.
Yeah, he's stunned, I think.
Yeah, let's pop a little something
Okay.
here just to remind us of that as well. Just a little
Either
red
that
dot
or I was going to
for our
ask if it was
stuns.
worthwhile going prone.
I think both actually Felbryn and the caller are both stunned, if memory serves.
That's correct. I've just marked them both with a little red dot.
While some moron stood up in between them.
Okay, so I'm going to go... Wait, how strong would I need to be to drag both of them?
You'd probably be able to grab
They're on the
one
ground.
of them. They're just paralyzed. They're not down on the ground. They're just not moving. So you'd be able to go, I'd say grab one and move with half speed to be able to drag them back.
Okay, so one forward, and... So we're just going to go back to there. So
Cool.
both of us would end up back with... Call
She'll
back there.
assist.
Between me and Nezna.
Dunk.
Cheers.
Alright. Okay. Brings us back to Thermand. What would you like to do, my furry friend?
I got no idea. Well, since it's stuck there, I'm going to move the moonbeam into the center of the wall of fire.
Nice.
I can actually grab that.
It's a pain in the butt. I think I can get it. I'll just
Are you
plonk
able to
it.
move that sucker?
I'll plonk it here just
yeah,
so it doesn't
yes.
get lost in there. But yeah, it's moved right into the center of the wall of flame that's surrounding this thing.
Excellent.
Cool. So
I have too many options.
that's it. Yep.
I'm gonna,
And did you want to roll for
Okay.
your moonbeam?
do I need to? I thought it was just
Need to roll damage. It's got to make a con save as well.
That's it.
I thought it was at the start of its turn.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can wait until it starts. Yeah.
Fair enough. We'll wait until he starts his turn. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool. So that was bonus action, I take it, to drag him in there. So you've also got your action still left there as well.
Awesome. So if I move over here,
Hmm.
I'm going to use that Javelin of Lightning.
Okay.
Nice. I like it.
This one.
Very good. Lining him up.
Uh,
Yeah, that looks good.
go.
Ouch.
Oh.
Oh no! So as you kind of
Okay,
rear back-
that's just for the. That's just for the hit, though. They still have to make a. All of them still have to make a save.
DC 13 Dex.
Okay, cool. Let's go all three. DC 13 Dex. First one passes. And third. The second one was the DC was 13, wasn't it?
Yep.
Okay, so 2
So
failed.
I think
Oh no, meets it beats it. So
No.
we've got
Yep.
1 that's failed.
one takes full damage, one takes half damage around.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Oh,
That's very nice. So as the javelin arcs off and just fires through the middle of these ethereal specters that are kind of semi-translucent and hanging in the air there, manages to rip through and do a heck ton of damage to at least one of them. Actually, the one in the middle. Let's see how he fares. Ooh. Hard to tell just how damaged a Spectre looks, but it doesn't look happy, that's for sure. And the other 2 taking a wee bit of damage as well, but it all adds up. Very nice. Anything else you would like to do with your move?
move my last bit of movement back here, I guess.
Okay. Cool.
If that's all I've got.
Very good. Alright, brings us to Kalen, and then one more turn until the opponent takes its turn.
I can't remember. Has it been, since we've been traversing the temple and everything, has it been a day since for that Battle Royale context, as in has the dawn come?
No, because you rolled after that, and that's what gave you the affinity with thunder. I think.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to check, because I got the thunder the day we did the Battle Royale. I just couldn't remember if the day had come.
That's right. Good call. Look, we'll stick with thunder for now. And I would say by the time we get to the end of this, if we make it through to the end of this, you'll definitely be re-attributing what the next thing would be for the Maiden's Favor.
Okay. Am I still rolling at disadvantage to it hit?
On the
Unless
main
you
one,
can't
yes.
see it. So you can wait for it to come out.
You could hold, but
Pretty roll.
Sure.
oof, okay. So as the first one fires off, doesn't manage to find purchase, it just seems to fire off into the wall of flame and dissipate. But the second shot, let's check. You hear it ring true. You hear sort of like the thud of eldritch energy ringing against the metallic armor. You'd swear that you've definitely made a bit of impact there.
So that's 12.
Very nice. It's a good little bit of damage, that.
It can't see you. Jess, it can't see you.
Sorry.
It can't see you.
So the hex doesn't have effect?
No, you might actually get a sneak attack on it because it can't see. Oh no, you didn't have disadvantage. Never mind. Ignore me. What the hell do I know?
Ah,
Ignore me.
Yeah, I didn't have advantage. So that's my roll.
nice. Good stuff. Anything that you want to do with your movement before the end of the turn? Would you like to run?
Good thing. I'm probably gonna actually move this way. Try and get, I don't know if it will give me any comfort in this tree.
Is that where you would like to place yourself?
Yeah, I'll try and basically trying to go for cover behind the tree.
Okay, very nice. So yeah, you guys are finding a nice little bit of cover with this shadowy, bowed looking simulacrum of a tree that seems to be kind of peppered with some more of these odd ethereal crystals. That is going to bring us back to our opposing force. Just measure this up. Yep, as I thought. Okay. So as these have all
Okay.
fired off and everyone has kind of dispersed and pulled away, we've got the Caller and Felbrin still paralyzed from the noxious gas that this thing spewed forward before, which actually I'm going to roll to see if it gets it back. It does not. Damn. Oh well.
It's
Alright.
the start of its turn. It's got to start taking damage on a whole bunch of stuff.
It does. That is right. I might do something with the minions first, and then we'll kind of follow up with what gets belted into him. Actually, no, that'd be after his turn. Let's do this first. So what was the DC? Actually, that was me that did that, so I should be the one that's looking up the DC for Nesna. 15. Let's see how he goes. Deck save. Oh, that's a fail. That is a fail. Okay, so let's have a look at how many dice this is rolling. 5d8. Oh, and that is a hell of a roll. 28 points of fire damage, which is beautiful. Very nice. Let's shift that first. And then to move through it, he's going to have to do it all over again.
He's got to make a con save first, though. Because of the
Yes.
moonbeam.
Yes. Okay, so con. It's a shame that that wasn't the thing that got targeted for the hex, but that's all good.
No, it's ability checks, not saving throws.
Let's have a look.
Lamond, what's your DC?
Oop, sorry, 15.
15. That's nice. He fails. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh man.
But hey, every little bit helps. Damn.
It's radiant damage.
That is radiant damage. Yes. Nice. It's adding up. You can hear a lot of creaking and groaning coming out of the other end of the wall of flames, and as the moonbeams moved in, you can hear more, popping and crackling as the concentration of arcane energy is just kind of intensifying around that spot. All right. Before it, let's see if it can move out. That is going to be another. Yep, he's going to have to go ahead and roll his save again to make it out of there. Dex. Oh damn. That's a natural 20. Okay, so he only takes half. Let's roll that again real quick. Still big. That's a 23. Okay. So as this thing comes lumbering out of the flames and starting to bear down towards Sterling, you notice it starts to slow down. One of its knees starts to buckle as it falls forward. Its claws starting to kind of rip towards Sterling and towards Felbrin and her little skeletal friend. As it gets finally closer to start engaging and taking a swipe towards Sterling, its life comes to an end, or its unlife.
Oh.
Yes.
You can.
Cam, that's been holding over for us for 2 weeks, so.
It has. It has. And as it does so, you see all of the specters that are kind of tethered to it. They start drifting off and no longer faced in your general direction. It's like they've been freed. Their servitude towards this thing ended. And looking at the actual thing that's in front of you, this construct, even though covered in metallic sheets and hellish looking armor, and the mass of it not really making much sense. You can see underneath it are ropes of bloodied flesh, like a series of skinned bodies that have been stitched together in this weird hulking form. Just for those that are playing at home, that was a cadaver collector. Nasty piece of work. Mostly works with slam attacks, but that paralyzing breath is a bastard. It is nasty. That brings us out of combat.
Wow, we got lucky.
That was nice. Way to go, NPC.
That's not.
Well, just out of
Here I was
interest.
wishing he was dead.
No, I mean, yeah, we were in. How do you put it? Like I told you last week, Sterling Blue's load early.
And that did an intense amount of damage. Yeah, that was huge. That was huge. That really made a huge difference.
What does he hit for? Just out of interest.
Sorry?
What does he hit for?
Oh, what does he hit for? So he is a +10 to attack, but he is 3d8 plus 5 bludgeoning, but he also does 3d10 of necrotic as well.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nasty hit.
Ah. And he gets 2 slams, I assume. So most of them get 2.
Yeah, that's correct. He only makes 2 slam attacks, but when they hit, they definitely hurt. Well, that one wouldn't have hurt too much, but he rolled like shit on that.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, most of them, like, if it hit me twice, it probably would have I would either just be on 0 or I would be, like, on 2 or 3 hit points. So
Yeah.
I might have survived the first round.
Yeah,
Assuming
absolutely.
you didn't get a crit.
Absolutely, but he was dangling precariously right after that that moonbeam, I think, was the tipping point. That was the final, even though it was only that tiny bit of damage, he was literally just 2 points in the red, which ended it, which is beautiful.
Very nice.
And fire and radiant works very nice. So yeah, brings us out of there, and now kind of standing in this alien landscape, this thing taken out of the equation, which is always nice. We can see that there's, back here, it's almost like a round, it seems to be stone that's sculpted into the side of another kind of sheer cliff face that seems to have no end. It's hard to get a good sense of space and time in this area. Things are getting weird. But you can see pitted around the outside of this cavern are small tooth-like protrusions, but it definitely leads off in another direction. So, at this point...
We revive our friends first?
I mean,
Just quietly.
can anybody heal Lara?
I will put a glowing hand on her.
Are you conscious?
They are now.
Yeah,
They're
kind
no
of stun out
longer,
of combat.
they're no longer stuck in that paralysis. That's all ended.
Okay.
Oh, that was not a great roll.
Lay
17.
your hands on me.
Sterling turns around and looks at Philbrin. Just remember, I stepped in front of you. I wouldn't normally raise this, but as a person who appreciates all men and all their actions, take that into account in our future dealings.
Ooh.
It did not go unnoticed, human.
Alright, does this thing have anything useful on it that we can salvage?
Nice. Let's have a look. Bear with me for just a sec while I pull that up. Searching through, you can see that there's not a heck of a lot of stuff to this thing. There are these large, bulky metal plates that seem completely impractical. They seem old, pockmarked, scraped, almost like you've seen fingernails tearing at these massive metal constructs that have been oddly fused to the flesh. It's pretty disgusting. But there are a few little things.
Can I take the... I would like to, I guess, in a way, off the plates. It's been a while.
You can start. Actually, give me a. What's the roll gonna be for this? Let's go with. Either something along the lines of either survival or investigation. I think could do quite nicely.
Oh, same for both.
Another 10. All right.
Oh, cheers. Okay, so I got 13.
So for 13, you can start, out of curiosity, pulling your dagger out and starting to pry away at some of the sheets and cut away some of the fused flesh that's on the other side or the inside of this thing. You start to loose a couple of the plates on the forearm, but they're so heavy they're completely impractical to pick up or start dragging off or pocketing. It's pretty grim. It's not an easy thing to pick up, but you do manage to find scattered within it, or more so in the bodies that have been impaled on the corpse itself, you find a grand total of its 35 gold pieces, and I'll pop this into our loot channel as well. You can also find a couple of very common items. So there is hide, some hide armor in there, as well as, oh, I can see you writing stuff, and also just, let's say, a spear, long sword, and also a great axe as well.
Or alrighties, and unless anyone is after these items, they're just going to get shoved into the bag.
Sterling will grab the spear.
Alright, Sterling has the spear.
I think I'm mainly going to use it just to like tap the ground in front of me as I walk around.
What are you, blind now?
No, it's just you never know. There could be things underneath the soil that like try to eat you, or who knows.
Send in the zombie.
Poor
I
zombie.
think it's an idea for me to have up the dancing. They probably won't help very much down there.
You can note that in this area there is a faint glow that's coming off these crystalline structures. So you've got vision. You can actually you can see in this immediate area.
Now, do we want to have a look at some of these plants and see if we can grab a crystal? And, like, do you think grabbing a crystal off would continue to glow?
Could definitely try.
Yeah, coming from the Underdark, would I recognize these sort of formations and growths?
Sure, give me a nature roll to see if you're able to discern.
Would I know much?
See if, ooh,
Wow.
Ouch. And it's probably aptly so. Even though being a denizen of the Underdark, you have never seen anything like this before. You may have traipsed close to the Shadowfell, or even maybe crossed over in the past, but even so, this is not the kind of wilderness or the kind of structures that you've ever beheld before. This is weird. It's not making a lot of sense.
Would Kaylin know much about this Shadowfell?
About this area? Probably not. Even though you do have a connection to the Shadowfell, it's not a practical thing that you've spent a lot of time here.
Alright.
Can I harvest some of these crystals then?
You can definitely give it a try.
Can somebody move Sterling over to
Absolutely, I gotcha. So taking the time to pause and having a look and seeing these crystalline kind of structures coming off these shadowy bows, it's a weird contrast seeing the two of them together. Does either Kaylin or Sterling want to, let's say, in investigation or nature, whichever's better, and if one wants to assist the other to get advantage on being able to give this a shot?
I am terrible at both.
Okay. Kaylin, how you looking?
I'll roll in advantage.
Okay. Very good. Oh, nice.
Wow.
That's lucky. That's lucky. So as Kaylin reaches out, purely out of curiosity, the first time you go to touch it, your finger goes straight through it. It's completely immaterial. But then as you sit and you wait, it's hard to see the tangible change. You almost feel like a little bit of guidance has come in at the same time. You manage to reach out and touch the crystal and it's solid for a brief moment. You take that quick moment to pull your dagger out and take a quick chip at the crystal, and a nice shard of it, just in palm-sized within your hand, comes away. So feel free to add that to your inventory. We'll go with unknown shard of crystal.
Continue to glow?
No, it does glow. It does continue to give off light.
Okay, guys, what's the plan? Are we going to? Is there still also a creepy spider's nest up there, or is that just background?
It's just background. Yeah, there's nothing
Okay,
to be
so there's
afraid of here.
So
Into
there's-
the hole we go.
So there's the nothing to be afraid of cave with teeth.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, nothing bad at all. At least Lara's
I feel
looking
like
a bit healthier.
Ooh,
Alright.
he's at a Lara's on at the moment. I might actually.
Sterling's making sure he's near Kaelin.
Okay,
Alright, there's another 15 for Lara.
I'm just gonna leave.
Oh, cheers.
Nesna can just kind of linger in the background, but
And that's... I'm good.
I might grab out a little fuzzy ball.
okay, sure.
Six. I really should have made notes on what gets me what. This.
The weasel, isn't it?
Nah, 6 is. I think it's not a panther. That's the wrong one. Oh wait, maybe it is a panther. Dagger trace.
6 is a giant badger.
Giant
badger.
boar.
Giant boar.
Oh, sorry. Which one have you got?
Oh wait, no, that's rust. Sorry, yeah, you're right. Giant badger.
I thought you had the grey bag, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah,
I went down
giant,
too far.
giant badger.
All right.
Sweet. Thank you.
So as Thermand kind of reaches into the bag and pulls out the little furry ball and rolls it across the ground, much like you noticed before when you used this back in the caves, as the little ball rolls forward, it seems to just fall open limply. The form of the badger hasn't even really manifested from the little ball of fur that it originally was. It just seems to plop and quite grossly fall apart and then eventually fall into ash.
Yeah, I think he actually made mention that no one's familiars were doing well. Yeah.
You know, that
Okay.
rings a bell now that it's happened to me
I
twice.
think it's actually written in the by
right
the
up.
campfire
That's
recap.
okay. That's okay.
That was in a different section. It could be completely different now. Like how
Oh,
we
no.
now have
It
light.
could be different. It
This
could have
section.
been different. That was back in the tunnels.
Anyway, guys.
Things could have changed, but still the same.
Anna
Well-
would love. Well, sorry, Lara would love to dive through into the place that's a hole with teeth.
Nice. All right.
Would it
so-
not be best to send in my zombie first?
Too late now. Lara's in there.
Lara's off. Lara's
Why
off.
even?
Lara
Are
is
you,
the
you're not
new
even
zombie.
close enough. I could hear you.
She's trying to do the scene from like Mario. Was it Mario Brothers, where you got to go through the pipe before the monster comes up and eats you?
Oh dear. Hang on. I'm gonna huddle everyone together so I can copy your tokens across. It's like a family photo. Everyone bunch up. Okay, that'll do.
Everybody say cheese.
Just want to catch everyone's hit points so we don't have to redo them. Here we go. Okay. Alright, so as Lara's moving forward and not quite ducking her head down, but starting to lower her center of gravity as she's going towards this darkened entrance or exit or whatever the heck it is, and making her headway to what's next. What would we like our marching order to be? So Lara in the front.
Yes.
Lara would like to be in the front, but apparently I can hear Flenbrin.
I mean, if Lara really wants to go to the front, that's fine. Otherwise, we can stick Zombie and then myself, because I am literally a walking tank. And then you. But if you want to get some arrows or shots off, you probably want to go first.
Yeah, part of me would like to stealthily move forward with the bow out.
Very nice.
Crossbow in one hand, dagger in the other.
Very good. Very good. Okay.
Or at least the dagger by my side.
Excellent.
Ready.
So, creeping forward, we have Felin and her undead accomplice in behind. Who wants to kind of fall in line after there?
I'll jump in.
Cool. We have Thermand. Anyone after him that might want to pop
We have the rear.
Excellent. And I'll just fill in a couple of spots at the back. We're all good. Okay.
If Sterling's at the very back, then Kaelin is in front of him.
Okay. Very good.
It's
It's just there's like 6 other people in front of you, so that way you don't get eaten from behind.
Okay. So moving to this next part, I've got a little bit of ambient music that I would like to share with you all. Bear with me for just a sec while this thing sorts its shit out. I'm just going to drop this into the ambient section in Discord. It's nice. I like this one.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Really.
Have you put it in yet, or
Oh yeah, it's
Yes.
awesome.
where?
It's
Where
just
did you put it?
in the Discord channel.
In the
it's
Discord.
Ambient music.
ambient music.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was still on Tavern. Never mind.
Oh, good. So just while that's spinning up, so Lara's stalking forward with the rest of the group, shortly behind. And as you're moving forward, you notice that everything is starting to become much more black, much like it did before, till it gets to a point where you can see nothing and almost feel weightless. You just have this weird sensation and then hear a rumble and a flash of light, much akin to lightning. As your vision starts to return, you see that you are standing alone on a suspended crag, and you can note that there is a tempest of electrical activity around you. I'm just going to transfer us over to the next spot. There we go. That should load up real soon.
Jesus.
Anyone afraid of heights?
I gotta check now.
We
No.
may have made a mistake coming into this temple.
No. It'll be fine.
Never.
So looking
What
around
the hell
here,
is that?
you can see lightning and thunder sounding off and flickering all around you, but there is no wind. Everything is completely still. Not even a breeze. On these rocky, suspended crags, you see these ivory white, toothy protrusions that are punching upwards through splitting rock. And the crack of thunder lets you know that you can still hear and you can still make noise. You can still cast spells. So you can see this spiral of craggy outcrops hovering, unmoving, and suspended in nothingness. In the middle of all the floating spirals, you can see a single ancient gnarled tree. Also filling your ears, you can hear this low drone and this guttural sound that's reverberating through the air. Those tempest clouds just keep moving, sparking off and letting out claps of thunder, and also kind of shrouding your view around the immediate area. It's really hard to gauge height or location. Things are definitely getting strange. I've also got some handouts for this, which is quite nice.
Ooh. You're getting fancy.
Matt Guffin.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's not what I want. This is.
Depending on how far those things are, though, I do still have the boots of striding and springing.
Here's a view from where you're
I don't know if
standing
it's a-
right now.
I don't know if
It's
it's a
like
good.
Lion King.
I don't think you should just go jump ahead of us, because if we have to go the long way around, we may never get to you for whatever causes a problem. By the way, do we know what we're doing here? Like, is this like we could just leave, right?
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible if you just believe.
Let me ask you this: who feels that they need to be? Does anybody feel that they need to be here for some reason?
Yes. Honest to God, this looks like a scene out of Tomb Raider, you know, the end of the world,
Yeah.
Pandora's chest shit.
I feel like there was a reason that brought us here.
There might be magic and treasure.
Loot.
Nice.
Oh,
Nothing ever went wrong with an evil tree, I'm sure.
Never.
I mean, I'm a druid. I can talk to trees.
can you?
The dead ones? The dead ones are particularly talkative?
I can try.
I would think this is a corrupted tree by the look of it.
What the hell's a corrupted tree?
That.
So is my character allowed to do stupid things yet or no?
Yeah. You do whatever you like.
You can see between those suspended islands of rock with the massive toothy protrusions coming out. Like, generally speaking, it's like a 5-foot jump. So it's an athletics roll, but it's a pretty low DC. You'd have to mess it up pretty good to fall.
I'll put my hands up for that.
So, Laura,
-1 to athletics.
Laura, you might be tempted to throw your dagger and teleport across, but maybe it's not the best idea.
Aww. I love it when you read my mind.
I know you looked at her and said no. Like Sterling has to be the adult, and he's getting tired of it.
I mean, just
Maybe
look at this.
maybe for those
I could jump that
those-
far.
maybe for those who aren't great at jumping, we're going the long way around. Sorry, let me rephrase. We're going the long way round. Sterling says.
Yes, Dad.
Maybe we
Conjure,
maybe we can
I
tie.
could
I don't know.
conjure something that has dimension door again.
Felindbrin goes and stands, shuffles a little, gets a little bit closer to Kaelin. That is all.
Maybe we can
You
just
could
tie a
dimension
rope.
door over there.
I'm just saying, maybe we can tie a rope for those people who have to jump, so that if the weaker ones don't fall down. I think Dimension Door you can take one person. I think you can take all the people.
Yeah, we can make multiple trips. The deep and do it at will.
I actually have a slightly realistic thing, I guess, to do. Like, okay, just hear me out about the dagger, alright? I have a completely rational thing. It's like, can I take a rope with me, a length of rope, and it goes across, or can I just get my grappling hook and like attached to a rope and it throws across and people can like
I think
come across that way.
I think jumping across 5-foot gaps all the way around is probably safer than trying to like navigate your way across a 30 or 40-foot rope gap to somewhere down in the nether parts where you can see bolts of lightning happening. But hey, no one's gonna force you to do anything. Why is my voice echoing?
I mean, how many of us can't Misty Step, teleport, or jump 30 feet?
Yeah, good question.
Sterling can do none of those things. He can jump across 5-foot gaps.
Oh!
Alright, well, I could give
I can do
Sterling-
something to Sterling.
Wait, no, because then he can only jump 15 feet. Okay. What are you going to do to Sterling? Ooh, what if I cast Enlarge on Sterling
gonna
and give him
like
the
it.
boots of spring?
It's not gonna like it.
It takes an hour to attune, and I'm attuned out.
Okay.
Felindrin looks at Sterling and says, I saw what you did for me earlier on. I was paralyzed, but I appreciate what you did. There isn't many that would. I feel that perhaps at this stage I could repay the favor. And she starts to cast Enhance Ability at 2nd level, and both herself and Sterling get Cat's Grace. Jumping is dexterity, isn't it?
Nah, it's
Jumping
athletics,
is
dude.
strength.
Strength then.
Wouldn't that be acrobatics?
No, acrobatics is about balancing.
The raw
Or strength then.
The raw jump requires strength. It does require strength and athletics to be basically jump an X number of feet from one spot to another.
Right.
That is what she does. So you have advantage on strength checks, and your carrying capacity is doubled.
Alright, so how are we doing this? Are we all jumping across the slow way, or are some people going to do it the crazy way?
I would like.
I can conjure that deep fish. Take us over one by one. It'd be fine.
I'm just concerned that if one of us appears on there and something happens, we're still waiting like 5 rounds before, or 6 rounds before people get across. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's just a...
Yes, but then I can also make other people, I guess. Half of us can get on there on our turn.
Very good.
Well,
how would you like to approach it? Given that there's a couple of different approaches, and I'm more than happy for people to explore each of the different ways they want to look at kind of crossing the divide, or sending a scout, or everyone kind of sitting in and sticking together to kind of take the entire spiral in.
well,
I will just conjure my jellyfish.
Why is Lara slowly flying over?
I don't know what's going on there.
Kaylin, how are you getting across?
Oh, Lara's cast
I
fly.
Sure. Alright, so Sterling's going to go the long way around. If Kaylin's going to Misty Step across, if that's what intention is.
Nice. It looks like
The record, I
Lara's-
still haven't touched the ground.
Oh, nice. Because you've used fly. Nice. I forgot that's on the Archon's dagger.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
So,
Okay. So
what
let's.
do you want?
I send my jellyfish.
Excellent. So as the caller.
Why don't we roll initiative?
Yeah,
Well,
what?
for the caller in this particular location, as you summon forth to bring I've forgotten what it's called, but yeah, your telepathic jellyfish, as you conjure and start to pull the demon through, it's much like what happened before with your minion. It just cannot seem to break through the veil here. Things are definitely seeming very odd in this place. But Lara, as you're holding the Archon's dagger and you use the, I can't remember what the charge is, to cast fly, you literally step forward and begin to levitate. Now with a fly speed for, oh geez, how long does it last for? 10 minutes, which is pretty nice. You levitate across easily. There is no wind, there is no disturbance. You manage to just coast across without a problem. And Kaelin as well, utilizing Misty Step to basically bamf from one side of the area and bamf back in, just behind where Lara is as well. Are the rest of the team kind of looking to jump or to cross the actual spiral?
Sterling's going to start jumping
Look
across
at
the spiral.
Telendrin. Shall we test the jellyfish with your skeleton before we take the trip?
We can certainly try and send my minion across first. I think that's wise. And it could be quite comical if he fails.
The Dibbook will try to dimension door open Lara with the skeleton.
Oh, I should note the Debolt, when you tried to summon it through, it has not managed to manifest.
Oh. Well then, I shall. Well, since I can't call anything, that's me done, really.
Do you want us to tie a rope around you so that we can, as I jump across, that you can jump and I can pull you in?
Oh, I could Misty Step. It's just spell slots are precious, but it's up to you. I'm not really one for jumping or acrobatics, so
It's up to you. You tell me what you want.
if you're happy,
How big
if
did
you
you say
think
those?
you can pull me along.
How big did you say those gaps are? 5 feet.
Yeah, so you can see that the initial couple of gaps are only 5 foot, so they're quite easy to cross. As we get further towards the south, there is one spot that looks like it's almost 10 foot, but you could just go the 5 foot way. It's kind of like hopscotch, just a lot more deadly.
Alright, so
So,
Sterling will
could I- Sorry, could I wild shape into a direwolf and just like walk over those smaller gaps and with them on my back? Because it's a large creature.
Let's have a look. It is a large creature, but if you're carrying a load, it's still going to require an athletics to get across carrying that extra weight on your back. But you do have the ability to shift.
So, Caller, you make a decision. Are you gonna climb? Are you gonna ride the direwolf, or what do you want to do?
If no one else needs to ride the dire wolf, I would be happy to ride on Thermon's back.
Okay, decisions are made then. So Sterling's
Nice.
gonna jump across then. So
Otherwise, the alternative is I turn into a giant toad, eat the collar, and then just jump along with them. Just spit them up on the other side.
I like Plan A.
This is the second time I'm riding with Thermon. This is nice.
All right, Cam, can I start making my way across? Or
You certainly can, absolutely.
Sweet.
There we go. And you should be able to move that bad boy. I'll pop the Therman down here for the time being. Okay, so Sterling, give me a quick... We're not going to roll this like 20 times or anything ridiculous. Just give me a general athletics roll just to see how we go for the first, half dozen steps across.
I have advantage. So
Yeah.
what's the advantage thing? Is it alt or tab? What?
That's a good
I think it's
question.
shift.
It is shift.
Advantage is shift, yeah.
Easy.
16.
So you're very cautious, but also very sure in each one of your steps, not being able to gauge how far down this drop is. You're able to just hop from one section to the next very carefully without, kind of creating a situation that is, not going to put you in peril. You can get down to, I would say, all the way down to kind of this area here without any issue.
Cam, just be aware as Sterling jumps across, you'll turn around. If anybody else is jumping, he'll wait, and if they look like they're jumping, not gonna make it, he's gonna try and grab them.
Nice. Yep. So you're on hold for that first series. If anyone looks like they're going to fail, that we can use a dexterity save to try and snatch them back.
Okay, so did anybody fail?
No, it looks like Phil came in through with 2 11s, so that's fine. She's right there with you. Whereas I'm guessing the second is probably your compatriot.
Yeah, the zombie, Gordon.
Yep, he makes it as well. So managing to roll the 15, he's okay.
So we're all over here now.
Yep. I'm gonna bring Nesnar down as well, just for giggles, because he's got terrible athletics.
Wouldn't he Misty step across?
Oh my god. Yeah, he's gonna do that instead, because that would be bad.
What happens here is he jumps off, fails, falls down, Misty
And then
steps back up.
Let's try that again. I'm just gonna mark that off. Misty. Okay, nice. That's
Oh man, I
second
could have turned into a lion. That's actually got a 25-foot running leap. I covered this in a couple of shots.
Okay, awesome. So as everyone's making their way across and making good teamwork of it as well, that's excellent. Let's see, so Lara's come across and she's managed to land, and she can see this ancient, old, withered, gnarled tree in front of her. It's definitely unsettling. And you also notice everyone that's on that middle island now, so Kaelin and Nesnar, you can feel a slight movement in the air, like an inhalation and exhalation.
Oh no.
That same rhythm seems to be following the low drone or the guttural sound that's reverberating through the air. But as Lara's kind of looking through and getting closer to the tree, you can see that at the base of this tree there seems to be a little pocket of oddly distorted matter that seems to be shifting, almost like rippling water on the surface of a lake, but it's stretching vertically, not horizontally. I'm going to hand this over to Lara.
That?
What would you... I'll point it out actually. It's just in front of her, just here.
So there's a bit of swirling matter in front of me.
Yeah, so think of it as like horizontal, as vertical water. It just seems to be kind of shifting and bending just slightly.
I want to get closer to have a look.
Yeah, sure. So moving through and being careful about it as well. Roll either perception or investigation to check it out.
Oh, perception, because no touchy.
Nice.
13.
So as you're looking at it and taking close note, you can feel a sense of cold coming from this kind of planar thing. This horizontal, this vertical water that's in front of you just seems to be emanating a certain coldness from it. Not like snowfall, not like anything that you felt back on the mountain. It just seems frosty.
Steve Snowman. Ooh, creepy.
What would you like to do?
I want to see. I want to see how cold it really is, and I'm gonna reach out and try and touch it now.
Give it a poke. So as
That
your
would be
finger comes
investigation,
forward,
or just poke it.
just poke it. Just poke it. So as you poke it, it moves with your finger. It's not like it's not water. It's got a little bit of resistance to it. And as you're kind of poking it with your finger, I'm going to need you to move into the whisper channel.
Oh no.
But for everyone else with the
Oh,
narrative, as
shit.
she's pressing and it's waving, and she's looking at it very kind of quizzically, like this stuff's like silly putty or something like that, or slime. As she's pushing it, her finger just dips through, and the rest of her arm kind of follows through, and her upper body disappears through as well. But you can still see her legs. At that point, we're going to switch
And this
over.
is Kit.
What was that, sorry?
You go. Yeah, it's fine. No, just go. Let's go.
Okay, we're just going to jump over to the whisper section really quickly, and then I'll be straight back.
Hello.
Okay, there we go. Ooh, excellent. Right, so we'll try and go through this quick, because everyone else is kind of waiting on the other side. But as you pass on through and are pulled into this other plane, everything has changed. This place, it feels wrong. It feels incorrect and it feels impossible. Your breath halts and you cannot breathe. There is no air. There is just a sheer stillness that begins to scratch at your resolve. You're suffocating, and your skin is beginning to burn. You can see these caustic wisps of white smoke rising from your flesh. I'm going to need to roll that 2d6. You take 8 points of acid damage. Don't even get to respond. The damage just comes. It is completely and utterly surrounding you. As you're looking around, you're on a small kind of not plinth, you're sort of like on the top of a large, what would seem like a mountain. There's a small light source that seems to be wisping just above you. You can see in front of you is this short dais of obsidian black stone, and on top of it you can see a small leather satchel and a single pale green eye staring at you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Yeah, okay. Wisdom saving. Oh no.
Okay. As you're standing there, what would you like to do first off?
I'm 100% gonna move forward and see if I can reach out to this.
Beautiful. So as you reach forward, your legs are still kind of trailing behind and not in this area. So you do seem to have this fast out. So as you're reaching out and you're reaching towards this little satchel, your fingers in front of you begin to bend and snap violently in different directions.
Oh no.
That's another 6 points, but this is psychic damage.
Oh.
As you reach forward, things start to blur. Things are starting to get incomprehensible. You're starting to lose consciousness. And it's at that point that you hear a raspy voice make its way into your mind. It whispers, "Oh, it's been such a very, very long time. You've traveled so far, so very far to be here and to be now. I know you. Listen to me, Lara." It's at that point you can feel this sense of primal dread starting to fill your senses. Panic is beginning to grow. The suffocation is taking hold. The burning on your skin is starting to intensify. The voice says, "I need you to do something for me, Lara." And your hand to the other side, the one that's frozen out and is reaching towards the dais, is now oddly right in front of you and moving down towards your dagger. I need you to make another wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh no. I'm gonna die in here. That's what it's beginning to feel like.
Oh no. Okay. So as your hand, frozen before you, starts to move towards the dagger, unwillingly, you hear the voice say, "There is no time." And your hand curls around the hilt of your blade, drawing it in a graceful arc. Slowly, labored and against your will, the blade edges closer and closer, the sharp point turning towards your face, and this staccato shake of your hand just etching a bloody deep line into your right cheek. Darkness is beginning to creep. Everything is blurring. You feel everything is falling away. You glance down at the tip of the blade poised point blank with your right eye, and there's a jerk of motion and the wet clap of steel parting flesh. Pain racks your senses and you try to scream, but there is nothing in your lungs. Darkness takes you. Let's go jump into the other channel now.
Okay.
St. James.
Okay, so we're back. Oh no, yep, she's crying. Okay. All right. If we got
Well, that's
everyone back.
Let's all jump through. It sounds so good.
I don't know if we've got everyone back just yet, but I would say, Kaylin, you can.
Wayne is making himself a drink.
Oh, fantastic. No worries. I will wait a couple of secs. Actually, it's okay. We can catch him up.
I've recently discovered lambic beer.
Ooh, nice.
Are you that excited to get this moving?
So, what Kaylin can see, because there's a little bit of kind of shrouding with the tree, you can see something's happening, and you can see by the reactions of Nesnar and Kaylin that not all is well. Kaylin, what you can see is that Lara's leg is still on this side of the matter, and you can see her leg is locked, solid. Make me a quick perception check. That's beautiful. You notice that her leg is not only locked, but it is shaking, and it's beginning to shake at an increasing rate, at a point that it seems to be beyond twitch or beyond seizure. It seems to be beyond physics. I'm going to go ahead and let you choose what to do next, Kaylin.
And Kaylin run forward and try to pull her.
Absolutely. Let's... I'm going to say Dex. Make a Dex saving roll for me to run in there quickly and see if you can pull her back. Beautiful. It's not bad, but as you run forward and you go to grab hold of Lara and yank her back, she starts to give a little bit. But I need you to come and join me in the Whisper channel.
Okay.
Alright, we'll make this very quick. Excellent, welcome. Alright, so I'm just going to go through this very, very quickly. As you go through, looking all around you, you can see that everything has changed. This place just feels wrong. It feels incorrect and impossible. Here, side by side with Lara, you can see that she is frozen. You can see that on the right side of her face, there is just a torrent of blood that seems to be dripping down her face. You note here that you have no breath. You cannot breathe. There's this sheer stillness that is scratching at your resolve, like you're suffocating, and your skin begins to burn as these caustic wisps of white smoke rising from your flesh. You immediately take 6 points of acid damage, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me. Oh no.
Sort of trying to reason that,
So as you're grabbing hold of Lara and trying to pull her back, you can feel this madness starting to scrabble at your mind. You can't breathe, you're burning, things are starting to get hairy. It's another 7 points, but this time psychic damage. But you can see that in front of Lara is this dais. It seems to be made of black obsidian stone, and on top of it is a small leather pouch. You can grab hold of Lara and pull her back, or you can reach out for the little leather satchel and try and pull them both back out. Which would you like to do?
Go for the leather satchel and pull us both out.
Nice. Give me another wisdom saving throw. That couldn't have worked out better if I'd have ever hoped. Okay, that's good. So as you reach out for the leather satchel, you notice with your hand reaching out that your fingers begin to buckle and snap and move backwards and at odd angles. Your arm starts to twerk and it's like your forearm is about to pop. But as you push forward, it's just an illusion. Your hand's there, it's absolutely fine. And you grab hold of the satchel, and you grab hold of Lara, and you pull them both back out. Let's go ahead and change back into the other channel.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wow. Okay. That got close. So, you see both Lara and Kaelin vault backwards away from the tree, both of them skittering down onto the flagstones. Both of them have these white wisps of caustic smoke coming off their flesh. Both of them are gasping for air. Except Lara has got the right side of her face is just a massive slick of blood.
Oh.
But they're alive.
Immediately, yeah. Kaelin immediately drops the satchel and feeds Lara a health potion.
All right.
Kaelin, remember you got an amulet that helps you with saving throws.
Oh, do I? Is it a tune? Yeah.
It's your tome of the whatever the hell you are.
Oh, that's right. I'll remember that.
Cam, I think we're gonna get everybody to read their character sheets every session before
That's
we start.
probably.
That's why I'm always so quiet. Yeah, that's why I'm always so quiet at the
Wayne
start of
does
every
something
session. I'm going
else.
back over everything I can do.
Oh dear. So looking at the caller, looking over towards the two of them, you can definitely tell that they've both taken damage. They've both been injured. Nice. 6 points of healing for Lara. So Lara, as that kind of healing suffuses you, you start to kind of cough and splutter, and some of the acidic damage begins to wane and disappear, but you do not dare take your hand away from your eye. There is a massive slick of blood that is running down from her right eye all the way down her cheek and right across the upper part of her garments. And her hand is also rather bloodied and holding a dagger.
Can the rest of us start making our way across again?
Absolutely. Let's go with a quick athletics roll, just to basically skirt round and come right to the middle of this structure.
Was Lara on 0? Did that thing knock her to 0?
It did not knock her to 0, but it did do a fair amount of damage.
Wow.
Very nice.
Sterling heard
Just
Kaelin's
smash
scream
it.
and just went nuts.
I think with that, everyone gets across. If anyone comes anywhere near close to falling with a roll like that, Sterling's gonna snatch him back from falling. It's not that tricky to come across. It's gonna plonk him up here. Awesome. Alright. So as you all kind of gather and take stock of what's going on, let me leave it to you guys. What do you want to do next?
Lara, can you still second wind?
What?
Can you still use your fighter ability to heal yourself?
Yes?
Then do it. He shakes it like. Then do it, soldier.
Oh, look at that.
Hey.
Wow.
Max recovery. So as she begins to pull herself together and use the second wind to bolster herself and hopefully put herself into much better stead, that eye is not healing. It's not coming back.
I want to take a look at it. Is it the eye, the organ is damaged, or she's just blinded, one eye?
Sure.
Or is this actually like over?
You could move forward and give me an investigation roll, if she's going to allow you to touch her.
Actually, can we all back away from the evil, whatever the hell that thing is?
It's gonna be hard to convince me to move my hand.
Alright,
Lara, let me look.
Sterling's just gonna pick up Lara and move her back.
Nice. So as you're moving her back and tending to her wounds, you can feel a change in the air. You can hear that low droning sound is beginning to change in its pitch. It's beginning to rise and splutter. You hear a shudder of impact that rocks that middle hanging island of rock. And from the overhang up to the north, you see a very dark, massive form begin to rise. At least 15 foot wide and snaking upwards. A flash of lightning revealing this black, sinuous flesh that is framed in this spine-like bony protrusions that resemble armor. There is a thick head that is near 20 feet wide, eyeless, immense, and this bone armor peeling back to a maw that is just deep set in this massive bony head. It rears back with this bellowing shriek and a hunger that just seems to be defying understanding. I'm just going to drag this into play.
What the?
At a
Kalen,
glance...
what did you see?
Lara, what did you do?
What did you guys see? Speak real quick.
You can see snaking up that at a glance, this thing, it's a worm. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh boy.
And we've used a lot of spell slots up. Ouch.
Oh, the man
I'm still okay.
What's that?
I think you rolled a 10 with advantage, but I don't think your token was clicked on. Feel free to give it another roll.
I don't know if it actually rolled. I don't know if it actually rolled twice.
Ah,
Because it says advantage, but then it doesn't give me two different rolls on it, like the other ones do.
give it another crack.
It still says advantage. Weird.
Huh.
I got 12 twice. Cool.
Oh, jeez.
Like that time I wasn't holding... Is it shift or control?
Shift.
If you look at the dice itself,
You don't.
if you look at the dice itself, it's actually rolled 2 dice by the look of it. Oh, that's weird.
If you've got advantage on initiative, it automatically with advantage because I've got the same. So I don't need to do anything.
When I see it, it says it's rolled 2d20 plus whatever. So, like in your first roll, you rolled a 10, and your second roll, you rolled a 3. So you add a 2 to that, it's 12.
Huh. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
And then for some reason, you did it again. You rolled a 10, you rolled a 1, and then added 2. So it's still 12. In either case, you rolled the same dice 4 times. So.
Oops. Descending. Alright. So as this thing is snaked up, this thing is gargantuan. It is huge. You get a unmistakable fear of death beginning to consume your every sense with this thing snaking up. We're at the top of the round. Kaylin, what would you like to do?
I am wishing I had Fireball right now.
So, hex it and I'll just blast it.
Hold on. I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Hexblade's Curse,
What was that, sorry?
and then I'm casting Hexblade's Curse using the bonus action.
Oh, I'm losing
Nope,
you a
lost
little
you
bit
again.
there.
She's using
Curse for bonus action.
She's using an ability called Hexblade's Curse as a bonus action
Okay.
into Hex.
Excellent. Oh, nice. Hexblade. Okay, of course. Against the tag. Excellent. Very nice. Okay, so he is tagged.
I'm just double checking bonus action.
Let's pop that little guy on him.
So, and then I am going to trust at it and run backwards.
Okay, nice. So the first Eldritch Blast hammering towards it smashes into it but has no effect. The second blast hitting home and doing some damage, but it does not look very perturbed by the damage that it's taken. All right. Anything else that you want to add with your movement?
okay.
Oh, you've skirted right around. That's good.
Confused on your roll. It says 19 plus 8 equals 12 plus 8. What does that mean?
Oh yeah, that's a bit odd.
Well, it's just that she crits on a 19.
Critical strike is 20 or 19.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Did she actually crit?
No, because she
No, I think
rolled
it's
a
a
17. The
So she
second one maybe she did. If
got
that
a-
was a 8, still, if that was a 19.
No,
No,
she
no,
rolled a
no,
12.
no.
She rolled a 12 and she gets a plus 8.
I rolled a 9 and I plus it.
Okay.
So it's
Just,
1d12 is a crit strike on 20 or above 19.
Okay,
Plus
you rolled the 12. So you rolled
Yeah.
the... Never mind.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's just a really weird way of writing that formula.
It is. Okay. Brings us over to Sterling, who's the next in line.
Wow. Well,
This thing is
there's
massive.
not much Sterling can do. So... Well, he'll shoot it. What else can he do? So, let's go. Armor class 29.
That hits.
Take 25 points of damage.
So managing to fire off and hit in between some of these spiny pieces of armor. Oh, nice. And the second shot, likewise. You seem to be getting its attention as it begins to thrash at that massive amount of damage.
Alright, the second one I'm going to use my last superiority dice. The question is, what can the fuck I do? Yeah, what can you do against a gargantuan worm?
This thing is very large.
Right, he's going to use
Got any explosives?
he's going to use a maneuvering attack. So he'll do an extra D8, and he'll tell the caller to move. And you can move up to half your movement as a reaction without provoking an attack of
Very
attack
nice.
of opportunity.
That is extremely useful.
And here's my extra.
I was relying on that.
Here's my extra 2d8 points of damage.
Okay, go for it.
So take an extra.
Seven.
So you took 25. You took 24 plus
Yes.
6 plus another 4 plus another 7. Yep.
Yep.
And then on his last bonus action, he'll just make his final attack.
Okay.
If we'd taken a short rest, it would have been alright, but we haven't. So
You know, if you'd attuned to those boots, we could have taken a short rest.
I'm class 24 for another 24 points of damage.
Okay, very good.
You're complaining. I'm a conjurer who can't conjure anything right now.
Mhm.
All right, so that's all right. What else can Sterling do?
You have got your movement.
So
as
he'll
well.
just drag. Yeah, he'll interact and drag Lara 2 steps behind him. I don't know what else to do. Yeah. So he'll go next. He'll stand like next to Filbrin, but he'll have drag Lara behind him.
Nice. Lara, if willing, absolutely.
All right, that's it. He's done.
Nice. Brings us over to Thermand. What would you like to do?
Well, I was really happy the caller was 5 feet away because it gave me advantage, but oh well. I'm gonna rage. Well,
Very good.
he's pretty squishy, so
Might be good for you, but bad for the caller.
yeah. Alright, I'm gonna rage, and then I'm just gonna bite it.
Alright. Rage is on.
Where's my bite attack on? Bite. Nope, there it is.
How is the creature looking
What is
after all that
3?
damage?
After that damage, it's hard to tell. This thing is a monstrosity. It doesn't look concerned. It definitely doesn't look bloodied, that's for sure.
You know when you have like a paper cut, and it's really annoying when you touch the keyboard. It's like that sort of pain.
Mm-hmm. So,
So
20,
does 23 hit?
Definitely hits. Definitely hits. So he's got to make a strength saving throw.
Does he if he's that size? Like-
Oh, nice. I thought it'd be fun. I thought it'd be fun to roll. he's
Well, I am
okay.
raging. Do I get +2, or is that just on the damage?
No, that's just on the damage.
No, just
Rage.
You do manage to get a
Strength.
mouthful of this black, sinuous flesh. You manage to get purchase in it, but you don't feel any blood. You don't really get much flesh off it. This thing is rock hard.
so he did an extra 2 damage, I think, 3 from
Yep.
the rage.
Yes.
correct?
And it's only strength checks and saving throws. Damn it.
Yep.
We get to increase my difficulty.
You do extra
but-
2 or 3 from the rage.
+2.
+2. Yep, that's taken now. Very good. Anything else that you want to do with your move?
Sweet. I'm gonna move back here.
Beware that you will provoke an attack of opportunity.
Like, I'm gonna get hit either way. No, good point. Fuck it, I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Okay.
Where was I?
Fill in Bryn, what would you like to do?
I am going to. Is it like within weapons reach, or is it just like this big spectral, like lumbering
It's
head of death?
very
floating around?
physical that has wormed its way up the side of this precipice. It is very real. It is not spectral in the slightest. It's extremely there.
Okay. I'm going to cast. I don't really know. I think I'm going to cast Hex.
Okay.
Bonus action. And it's going to be targeted as a whole mate. And it's going to be on Constitution.
Okay, so it's got disadvantage on Constitution now. Awesome.
And get the sweet F and Jeff. back, like to about and to command my skeleton to go forward.
Cool. Excellent. All right, so she is all set and ready to go. So double hexed. That's cool. Anything else that you'd like to throw in there, or ready to move on to Lara?
There's nothing much I can do.
Okay, sure. Okay, brings us back to Lara. What would you like to do?
There is literally not a hell of a lot I can do. I'm assuming 10 minutes has been and passed.
I would say so, yes. That's correct. So Fly is no longer up and operational.
I'm going to get off a bolt with my bow because I could do that just one-handed.
Okay.
But I can only do it the once.
Ooh.
And obviously I am severely affected by my injury and miss completely.
Damn, it's not that you
But
miss,
I
that
currently
it just chinks off the mass of bony protrusions that are on this thing.
And then with the remainder of my turn, I'm going to drag out my grappling hook and rope out of my bag.
Okay, nice. Done.
In an effort to then... Yeah, I think the effort's going to be to attach the grappling hook to the rope and a bolt. That's the aim.
Cool. And anything that you want to do with your movement as well?
I guess I'll probably be able to edge back to maybe 2 squares.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Okay. Pedro, you're up. What do you want to do, my undead friend?
Rush in, like, slaps. He's just gonna try and slap it.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
You can move that far. Actually, 20. I don't think you can even move that far. No.
Oh, jeez.
You can only move half.
Damn it. Pedro. Okay.
That's his turn.
Alright. I am losing you a bit,
Oh,
Si.
skeleton.
You've gone really crackly. I'm starting to lose you a bit on the voice.
How about now?
That's a bit better. Yeah.
Still bad?
Yeah, still crackly, but a bit better. Alright, brings us over to the caller. You're now out of melee range with it, which is excellent. What would you like to do?
Looking fairly injured, like we're successfully injuring it? Or is it just not bothered by what we're dishing out?
More the latter.
It's just not bothered. So, does she get the sense that we are failing to do meaningful damage to it?
Give me a quick perception roll, just to see if we can ascertain.
Sure. Ooh, 19.
Oh yeah, you get the distinct impression that this thing is not bothered by the damage that it's taken so far. You get the sense that this could be an extremely difficult fight.
She casts Banish.
Ooh, go ahead, give it a crack. Ooh, nice.
DC 19 current.
Nice. Let's see how it goes. That's a 12.
He goes, "Be gone."
That's awesome. And he says, not today. So as the banish starts to take effect and it's pulled from this realm, it stays in play. This is probably a firm indication that if this thing has the will to change that kind of effect, this thing is nasty.
Well. That should have worked, I say to Sterling.
Oh boy.
I think this might be beyond us.
Oh crap, I thought I rolled for Neznar, but he doesn't appear to be popping in there. Hang on, I'm just going to pop him in there at the end of the turn.
Where's Nezda going? Has he rolled initiative?
I did roll initiative for him, but it hasn't popped up. I'm pretty sure that he rolled just after the caller, so I'm just going to pop him in there. Oh, it's still not adding him. Go on.
Belinda turns to Lara and says, what did you see in there? Oh, no, sorry, I can't do that out of turn. Sorry, my bad.
Not yet. We're still running around frantically, freaking out.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, I'll put him in at 7. Because I'm pretty sure he didn't do fantastic, but Nightcrawler, thankfully, he definitely rolled something crappy, so that's good. Okay, so, Caller, anything that you want to do with your movement?
Yes, she will move 30 feet.
Nice.
To take cover behind a tree.
Excellent. And then Neznar, who is freaking the bollocks out. Was it 30 feet? He's going to Misty Step again and get the hell out of dodge. I think that's what he's going to do. Yeah, okay. I think that's what he's going to do. Alright, there goes the slot, and he bamps just over to the other side of the ravine, hoping to put a bit of distance between the two of them. I don't think there's anything that he can do with his bonus action. No.
Misty Step is a bonus action. He can use a cantrip.
Oh, he can still use a cantrip. Okay, so he is going to belt out Ray of Frost towards this thing. That is going to be not enough. So fires off, but to no effect. This thing just hits more armor. Oh boy. That brings us to this very large worm. It's only got one thing in front of it. Okay. Okay, let's see how this plays out. It's going to launch a bite attack towards Thermand in his wolf form. That's a
that hits.
32.
Yeah.
What the hell?
This thing is nasty. So, as it hammers down, it just seems to rear up, and the entire mass of this thing, its massive maws opening up, and it hammers down towards him. It does does 19 points of piercing damage.
That's a 1. Oh, you're so fucked.
But it also does 12 points of necrotic damage as well.
Cool. So what's that? 31, so I take 15.
Nice. And I need Thermand to take a dexterity saving throw for me.
Awesome. I get advantage on those. If it wants to roll. Ah! Yes! I'm gonna roll again for...
I'm gonna say that is a pass. Natural 20 at the best possible time as this thing hammers down and bites into you and does a minimal amount of damage. But it also tries to consume you in its jaws as well. But Thermand manages to back out and stay out of reach of its bite enough to not get swallowed in the maw of this thing. It's got one more attack. Alright. So it's going to start rounding over here. As it's moved across, you can see the end of its tail is now up and in view, and on the end of it seems to be this hideously large stinger. It is going to lash out for a 27 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That's 15 points of piercing damage. Oh, and sorry, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw against that.
Oh,
So I take 15. Do I take a 15? Do I take a con against the 39 or?
So you're going to make a con save to basically see if you're going to take that damage or not.
Ah,
Damn it.
probably.
Nope, so that's 39 points of necrotic damage as it smashes the stinger into you. Like I said, this thing is hideous.
Alright, so that's down to 19, which means that drops to 0, and I roll back over into.
Into the other form. Yep. Perfect.
Yep, so I come back in as Fermand on 50. Ooh, that's 554.
Oh,
On
jeez.
54.
Bumped up.
Just.
Awesome. That ends its turn.
Alright, you guys want to make a move to get us here?
Okay. Command question. Do you want to stay in front of that thing?
I mean, I will. I don't have anything big enough that won't get swallowed eventually, but I'll see if I can slow it down.
I was gonna say I can get you out of there in this turn.
You guys get out first, and we'll see what I can do between now and then.
Okay.
Because, like, I can still transform another time, and I'm still raging, so I still take half damage, so I can still take a lot of damage. Like, maybe 2 times.
We have a skeleton minion. I still have a bit of healing. Should be okay. But we have to.
What I would suggest is like get Sterling out of there because he can't teleport.
Yeah,
The rest of us can.
I just refused on the steps, so it's to
Mhm.
be close to the thing.
use
Don't need
Eldritch
to.
Blast. Use Eldritch Blast and bonus step, whatever you need to do. Bonus action, whatever you need to do.
I would start teleporting people if you can, like over Nesna's way.
Nice. Kaylin, what would you like to do next?
Jess, we can't hear you. Do you want to drop from the Discord and come back again?
Yeah, it's coming through really faint.
Hold on, I walked away to get a beer. Is just attacking it? Because
No, we don't know what she's doing.
She's just
Is that better?
Okay,
Yeah,
because I would
that's
seriously
heaps
suggest
better.
like
Yay!
That did
That
just
sounds better,
online.
Jess.
heaps better. Yeah, are you attacking it? Because I'd suggest running.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking.
Because it just hit me for 60 something damage in one hit or one turn.
And they were all
wait,
ones.
no, more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So like I had 74 effective hit points then, and it knocked out all of them in one round.
Okay, so I am going to use 2 sorcery points to quicken.
Very nice. Are you still there, Jess?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to decide what I'm doing first.
Okay. Oh, good.
Actually, before I use them, I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Ooh, okay, so firing off both of them. As they both hammer off, neither of them seem to make much of a dent, or don't seem to manifest as tangible damage.
And then I'm going to use sorcerer points. Well, first I'm good. And then use sorcery point to transfer the action to cast Thunderstep to be a bonus action instead.
Okay, sure. Excellent.
And so...
Can you take someone with you when you thunderstep, or is it just yourself?
I can normally take someone with me, but there's no one to close enough.
Can you not go through Sterling?
Just, it might be worth taking somebody with you and not doing the damage to it.
Yeah, take Sterling.
absolutely.
Stand
Yeah,
back.
to grab Sterling, Thunderstep, and like even getting him like halfway
He's
across that
out of
gap
range
before we slow
from
down.
Yeah, well then I would have run towards Sterling, grabbed Sterling, and then bounced us.
Cool. And what's your range on Thunderstep?
90 foot, I think.
90 foot.
Oh, cool. You've got plenty of space. Yep. So, Kaylin able to kind of dash. It looks like she's running towards this worm, but changes direction, runs over towards Sterling, grabs hold of him, and then boom, they're both gone in a cloud
Very
of
nice.
thunder, and over towards the exit that's over towards Nesna. I'll drag Sterling over. There we go.
What about the rest of them?
No. All right, Sterling. Now that you're kind of in relative safety, what would you like to do?
I will shoot the dude. That's all I can do.
Nice. Do 29.
AC 29 for 21.
That's nice. That'll hit. So again, finding those little gaps in between the armor. The second one just peeing off as this thing's beginning to writhe on the spot. And the final shot, again, not finding purchase. This thing seems to be rearing up and keeping itself in motion to try and make its more vulnerable positions a little bit harder to hit.
Sterling's done. That's all he can do.
Okay. Thermand, what have we got?
This one's going to be a bit risky. So someone...
You can dodge.
Someone's not working. No, but I'm wondering about summoning an Earth Elemental to distract it.
Ooh.
But then summons may or may not work.
Oh, you can just fly and get out of there.
Well, because I was going to summon that to try and distract it while you guys move, and then I can Misty Step out of here anyway.
Just Misty Step. We can all get out of here, I think. If Felimbrin still has her dimension door up, she can just take Lara.
Does Felimbrin still have her dimension door?
Yep, I haven't used it.
Very nice.
Wait.
Right.
Alright, well, I'm gonna beeline to... Wait, alright, I'm gonna dart past the worm and Misty Step over to Nesna then.
Alright, so darting
You can
past
actually,
it, I'd imagine you'd skirt right around it, then use your, Misty?
You could attack it. You could even attack it.
Well, because Misty Step's my action, isn't it?
It's a
No,
bonus.
Misty Step is a bonus action.
Ah. I'm gonna get back over here and reconsider my action then.
You can go exactly to where you were before, attack it twice, and then bamf away.
I don't have multi-attack.
Okay, attack it once, whatever you need to do then. Like, you can literally move to this spot over here, attack it with a cantrip or just a normal whatever attacks, and then Misty Step out.
I feel like Pedro's
You
going to
can't
get
use
left
another
behind.
spell.
Yeah, no, that was the bit that was throwing me off.
Cantrip. You can use a Misty Step and a cantrip. So have you got like a? Have you not got like Shillelagh or I don't know, Primal Savagery, whatever?
I've got Thorn Whip.
Well, then do that then. That's if you want to if you wanted to use your action, your bonus action, and movement. I would do. Then if you do all three, you're good.
Yeah. Yeah. Do that then. Jump up here. Hit it with Thorn Whip. For
It's something. It's something.
Go.
So as you pass, you smash into it with the Thorn Whip. It hits the mark, which is a nice roll, but the damage seems small. But absolutely, Misty Stepping is getting you right out of there. You can see it's almost kind of rearing up for the attack of opportunity, but Therman's just gone. Nicely done. Fel, what would you like to do?
Felindrim will just turn to Lara and say, "What did you see? What happened to your face?" Because she didn't see her really go in there. So she's like, "What happened to your face?"
In your 6 seconds, you really want me to tell you?
Very tactful.
I'm trying to. All right, she'll say, "Do you think the tree is a way out? Yes or no?"
No.
Right.
No.
Let's get out of here.
My face is like a bloodied mess. There's gash all on my face, and I have had acid burns when I came out. No.
You could just spin it. Right. Okay. Let's just bounce the fuck out of here then. We've got 500 foot, so like.
Yeah, you're thrown to the bleachers. You literally get right to the to the opening of the cavern that will let you get out of here.
Yeah. We come with me, Felindrim says.
Okay.
Cool. I just need consent. Excellent. Bam.
Nice. So Dementia Dooring just shifting altogether, just disappearing in that little ethereal puff. I'll just plonk you guys back over here. You're out of dodge. Oh, I feel bad for the caller. No, she's got Misty. It's all good. Before Lara exits, is there anything that Lara would like to do whilst on the other side?
No. No.
Okay, she's ready to book
Probably
it.
the only thing. Yeah. I guess probably the only thing I'd try to do is. Probably don't have time to do this, but rip off a chunk of my shirt to like just wrap around my head.
Yeah, absolutely. So starting to triage some of the damage. Very good. Pedro. What can Pedro do? Poor guy.
He can charge. He can actually make it there.
Okay. Why not?
Because he's actually a skeleton and not a zombie, so that
very
makes a big difference to his stump. He's going to go in and he's going to tickle him.
All right.
No.
Come on,
No,
crit.
Pedro.
Crit, Pedro, do it.
With
Single-handedly
a short
bring
sword.
down a
Get
wall.
in there, Pedro.
Oh,
Sweet. I just realised
16.
I'm still ranging.
Oh dear. He goes to town with as much gusto as he can, but he just does not seem to be getting through. Sorry, Pedro.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Oh my gosh. Brings us over to the caller. Sort of the last one in the middle of there. So have we got the movement? Yep, 15 there, and then...
Double Eldritch Blast as my action.
Oh, nice. Very good.
Let's see. Uh, 22 to hit.
That'll hit. That hits nicely.
Then the second one. Oof, 18 to hit.
It looks like it's on the money, but it doesn't seem to singe flesh like the first hit does. Did you want to roll the damage for it?
8 force damage, and I push it back 10 feet.
Oh, nice. Can it push Gargantuan back?
Of any size.
Any size.
There's no
okay.
limit. Nothing's
There's no
immune
size.
to it.
Cool. 5, 10. I'm going to say it... Pedro, we knew him well, just disappears under the mound of worm.
Oh, Pedro!
Poor guy. Death was a release.
I blast it back, give it a look, and then bonus action, use my free daily Misty Step to get onto the island.
Very nice.
Phasing out. Light.
Excellent. Excellent. So as you come full circle, Nesnar obviously is going to kind of shoot through and is making haste to get the hell out of there as well. The worm, however... 5, 10, 15, to that point there.
Squeeze me?
Ooh.
Breath weapon.
Ooh, no. Not far enough. You see that it contemplates for a second that it's going to try and leap the gap there. To no avail. It's not going to go in that direction. Instead, it starts moving back to try and start heading through the spiral and give chase. Alright, from there, you guys are definitely out. You manage to wrangle through, move through that cavern that had the teeth on the other side, moving quickly and not wasting any time. You guys make it on through and are definitely able to move on through to the next section. Where is copy gone? There it is. So we're moving straight back into where we were before. But still able to continue running, or do you want to pause there, or what do you guys want to do?
Run.
Okay,
Oh, we're running.
very good. Okay, so let's kind of...
Let her should we long rest?
Just stop
The last time we went through.
That's great. So as
Like, the last time we moved, we ran into that thing.
So as you guys are belting through and managing to run as fast as possible, covering as much distance as you can, let's go ahead and just give me a general either acrobatics or dexterity for each of you guys, just as you guys are booking it. As you're moving and moving quickly, you do hear the worm rumbling, and you start to see movement down that tunnel as you guys are kind of clearing out of this area and moving back into the maze.
Just be aware that
Should be good.
Sterling's coming last, so he's pushing everybody ahead of him.
Nice. Very nice. Okay, everyone's looking excellent on their rolls. Everyone managing to keep pace. Looking back, the worm is continuing on. It seems to be trudging through and moving fast. It's gaining ever so slightly on you guys, but there is a good 50 feet between you and it. As you transfer through and come back into the maze that we were in before, I'm not going to make you guys run through this, but quickly being able to remember the way out, can I get someone to helm this? And it's going to be an intelligence.
Who's got half brain?
We had some chalk marks, didn't we?
I did,
could
so
maybe
that's...
help.
I would say that's definitely going to give you advantage with all the chalk marks that Sterling gave. Actually, in theory, wouldn't often do it, but this would be triple advantage. If everyone's helping this person and they've got the chalk marks, then we can roll 3 times and take the highest out of them.
Nice.
Intelligence. Oh, Nesnar's got a +4.
It's him. No,
Okay.
no one else. It is him.
Wizardy stuff. Let's see what he's got. 1. Oh, that's a natural 1 for the first roll. That's not good. That's a natural 1 for the second roll. What the hell?
Oh,
Jesus
oh
Christ,
Come on.
Pepper!
God.
What are you doing, dude? Okay, and then
Hey.
19
Oh,
for the final one. Jesus Christ, that was
He literally goes,
slightly terrifying.
I've got it.
Hang on, soiled myself. Let's keep running. So he manages to recant the exact way to get out of there. And as you're running, instead of chasing you guys and snaking through these, the worm's slowed down, but it is burrowing through. So it's moving consistently, but slower. But it is just churning everything that's in front of it. What's the next little section? So same with the dungeon here. Instead of it being... Let's change it up. Instead of being an intelligence to recall the way out, let's make it wisdom. Who wants to helm this one?
Yeah, I guess I could.
Yeah, go for it.
Excellent. And again, you've got advantage, and there were chalk marks here, so you've got 3 rolls to give it a crack. Oh yeah.
Go.
Nice. 3rd time's the charm. So again, Sterling laying the groundwork to really help you guys get out of here and guiding the way to move as quickly as possible to get the hell out of Dodge. We've finally come to that little gate at the very end where, oddly enough, it says at the front, if you can read this, you're making poor choices. No, not poor choices.
I wonder who typed that out.
Wonder who typed out the other one.
As you all come
Dude, this is so
hurtling,
creepy.
you come absolutely hurtling out of the mouth of this dungeon, and each one of you kind of running and sliding to get through the little melted hole that Kaelin had left in there. You see the runes that have been all kind of carved in Draconic are beginning to light up. These don't seem to be kind of evidence of a temple, but probably more of a warning, or maybe a warding. So as you all come on through, see if I can just paste everyone in their current outlay.
Oh, there's double Fs.
Nope. Hang on, I'll just pull those ones out the way.
As we're running past, is it okay as soon as everyone's out and running up this way, can Kaelin turn around and magic missile at the mouth of the cave?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Go ahead and roll for me. Oh, actually, just roll the damage and we'll see how it goes.
I mean, Dolphin's going to join her on that one, actually. Sorry, not Dolphin. Demon is going to join her on that one.
You do way more damage with Eldritch Blast.
Oh, well, I would have done that instead then.
Just roll the damage.
Ignore
Hitting it
those
is absolutely fine.
Yeah, I just... Oh, I critted on that
Oh,
one.
nice. That's good. Oh, and it's a 6. Damn it.
12 and 12 damage. So
Nice.
24 damage.
Excellent. And was Thaman throwing something into that as well?
Yeah, I cast it at 6th level and it only rolled the damage with
Oh,
1d4.
you've got to... It only rolls at once. You've got to keep
Yeah, you gotta
casting
keep.
it, but then make sure it only knocks off one level.
Yep.
One spell.
It's a bit of a pain in the butt. There we go.
That's annoying. Alright.
Cool. 12. Okay, 12. Nice. So as you guys are peppering the mouth of the cave, shuddering at bits and chunks falling off and falling onto the ground and displacing some of the ground beneath it, the runes beginning to intensify in their brightness and sliding through, the mouth of the cave doesn't fall. Everything goes very quiet for a while.
I think Kaelin would have kept going with the Eldritch Blast until the mouth, but it collapsed.
You can try roll again and see if you can get it to collapse.
Philimbrian shouts, "This is futile. This thing can burrow through solid rock and we're just tickling it with rubble."
That's a very good point, actually. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay. I'd have done those 2 more and then done.
So as it smashes in, again it's starting to shake loose and starting to fall, but it doesn't collapse. Everything continues on with that silence, and the light of the runes begins to fade. Everything seems quiet for now.
High fives all round.
All right. Let's. We're not out of it yet, so let's have a look at Lara and see what we can do. So,
We need to get moved out the way so we can take a spot to rest, but don't want to do it in front of the cave.
If only we had a tiny hut we could hide in.
It takes 10 minutes to cast. Yeah.
Wait, you have Lehman's tiny hut?
It's a wizard spell. Does what's his face have it?
Does he have it on? I don't think he has it prepared. I'm not sure if he's got it actually.
It does. It's a ritual. So
Yeah, it is a ritual.
If you
Spends
spend
a lot.
11 minutes, we can have a tiny hut.
Yep, that's it.
So how about we move 100 foot down the road?
Does he need
And,
to stand still to cast it?
One can move a little bit.
Can move a little bit, but he does need to kind of sit down and pick a spot.
With Lara, so can we like strip her down's not the right word, but you know what I mean, remove stuff so that we can try and we're gonna try and figure out where the damage is. And did she bring an uninvited guest with her?
Nice. So as
Did you guys not see Stranger Things where the kid brings along a thing and he throws it up into the sink?
Yeah, we've been re-watching it.
No.
it is
I
epic.
don't
It
remember
is
this.
epic.
That's true.
So managing to take a bit of time to get away and basically make sure that you guys are safe. You guys have got some respite and a spot to pause. You manage to find a little clearing back on the trail where Therman knows is the right direction to get back on the right train of things. Taking that moment, finally after a couple of minutes, Nesna manages to conjure a tiny hut, which everyone's able to take a little bit of much needed rest in, and quite safely as well. Taking a few minutes to take stock of Lara and the big mess her face is absolutely covered, and the eye is well kind of bandaged at the moment, which is good. But let's go ahead and, I don't know, Lara, what would you like to do in this instance? It is your eye.
Would it have stopped?
So the bleeding
Oozing?
seems to be moist under there, but it doesn't seem to be spilling copious amounts of blood.
I'm with the caller, and he wanted to look at it.
Yes. Is the eye blinded, or are we talking like organ damage where the eye is just gone?
Yeah, absolutely. So as the caller's asking for, is it okay for me to take a look, and Lara saying, yes, let's see what's going on here, and starts unwrapping the the kind of impromptu tourniquet that she's added on there. Make an investigation call for me, or if you've got medicine, then feel free to use that as your skill.
Can anybody help? Can we get a light over her? Those sort of things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'll assist.
Okay, good. First one's a 9.
Oh dear.
Pushing at medicine. Maybe we should have got the druid.
But you have got an
Oh, a
advantage.
10.
You've got another. Oh, and a 10. Okay. So it's a grisly sight.
I have a +5 to medicine, but I don't have proficiency.
So as the caller starts wrapping it and kind of very gingerly touching it, Lara beginning to kind of flinch away a little bit just with the, well, fear and pain. You manage to start inspecting the orbit of the eye that looks like a massive mess, and as you start pulling at the lids to see the organ damage, her eye's there. There's an eye in the orbit.
Okay.
but the
Is
iris
it the same?
is pale green.
Right, and it
Right.
does it have the same? You know how when a person when they blinks, their eyelid is at a certain, also their iris or whatever you want to call it is at a certain. I don't know what the right term is.
Yeah, so it
Angle.
dilates and kind of shifts in synchronicity with the other one.
Yeah, but also like I'm trying to. No, just
But the lid
doesn't it?
still
Is the
horizontal,
lid,
or do
is
they
the
go
lid the
vertical?
same?
It looks different, but it
Really
begins
enough.
moving. It tracks with her eyes. It blinks, although slowly, around her eye, around the eyelids and in the orbit. There's a lot of damage. It's very ruined and is going to leave a hell of a scar. But there is an eye in play there.
All right, Lara.
I
What do you remember?
cast lesser restoration and just to fix up the damage.
Excellent. So it manages to clear up most of it. It is going to definitely leave a scar. There is definitely going to be some lasting damage that no amount of magic is gonna heal. Time might help as well.
This is the best I can do for now, dear. You're going to need more powerful magic if we're going to fix you fully.
Okay.
I suggest
okay.
putting a bandage on it for now.
Can I see out of it?
You can see out of it.
Okay.
All right, Lara. Time to talk. What did you see when you were there, or what the hell happened?
It just, the place, it was so stifling. I couldn't breathe. It's just, and then everything's just started burning. And all I can see in front of me was just this black rock just there. And I went towards it, and just all of a sudden a force was moving my own hand, and used my hand to use the dagger. And with that, she just starts sobbing.
Used your hand to dagger to do what with the dagger?
I think she means.
To cut out her eyes.
Oh,
Well, just one of them, I think.
One, yeah.
Was there any entities that you experienced? Was there any like sentience?
No, just I couldn't stop it. I had no control over it. I just couldn't stop it. I didn't see anyone. There was nothing there.
Is this what the temple spoke of? This dark entity?
To be honest, it could have spoken of the damn worm. It said, "It is the blackest night, it is the heart of darkness, it is the hunger that devours." Could do the worm.
We have a name, don't we? Chronepsis.
But it wasn't. There's no way that was it.
That's
Hey,
probably at
let's,
this point that Kaylin also recalls crossing over there to pull Lara out, and you probably remember that you have a
I'm not
small
saying
leather
anything
pouch.
No, I wasn't gonna mention it!
hey, Kaylin, what's that hanging off your belt there?
There's nothing hanging off my belt, it's stashed in my bag!
Okay, Kaylin, what did you see?
Like Lara said, it was just suffocating and the air burned. I grabbed her and pulled her out.
All right, and then Sterling looks at both of them and goes, "Is there any other details that you want to let us know of, even if it seems unimportant?"
The black mound was on like a hill, like a mountain. And that's all. I just remember I had to get to this black rock.
And Kaylin, you? Anything else?
To me, the most important thing was getting Lara out.
Well, obviously there's something wrong with Laura's eye. We can see it. But there's not much we can do right now. So maybe we take a long rest, we keep an eye on her, and I don't know. We do have a mission we need to do, and then once we have a chance, maybe we could consult some sort of, advanced healer, or some sort of sage as to what's going on.
I was just sitting there nodding. I really have no idea, and I do want to know what the hell's going on. It's freaking me out. I can see out of my eye right now.
The other option is, and I only bring it up just in case, if you feel that it's some sort of evil omen, we can... How do I put this gently?
Pop it out, she says.
We could... Yeah. We can always remove it.
Hey, if it...
You can sleep on it. You can sleep on it. You don't have to make a decision now.
Okay. I think I'd prefer to sleep on it.
With that, the group
Maybe it's
begins
a gift.
the group begins to nestle down, and I would imagine settle in for a long rest to try and come to terms with what's happened and take some much needed healing and get some much needed abilities back. Thermand is clear on the direction that it's going to be to head towards his home village that's up on the summit of Icespire Peak. At the moment, you've had some good advances with using some of the denizens that the caller has been able to call forward. And you've cut down probably in the initial sort of 5 days that it was going to take you to get up there. You've only got about 3 days of travel left to get up there.
Before Kaylin goes to sleep, we'll wait until everyone else is asleep, and then she's going to investigate this satchel.
Okay. So everyone begins to nestle in and rightly take some much needed rest. Give me a quick sleight of hand for Kaylin.
The caller will have spent a couple hours with the man and possibly Nesna looking at the tome. Oh boy.
Kaylin thinks she's being relatively
I
sneaky.
didn't know that everyone was asleep. She waited till
She's
everyone
about
was
as
asleep.
subtle as a
Right.
break.
Yeah. So, Kaylin, how do you want to kind of investigate this thing to try and figure out what it is?
Just take the satchel out and then look at the satchel outside first to see if it gives any indication before
Yeah, absolutely.
opening it and
So
looking
it's
inside.
quite small. It fits in your hand. It's almost like a small wallet. It's embossed with some very simple designs. It's nice leather. It looks very pleasant, and it's got a small buckle on the front of it. There's nothing. Actually, give me an investigation roll as you're having a look at this. Nice. So as you look, the embossing doesn't kind of make you think of anything. There are some little hints of what you would recognize as Dwarvish from your background and your upbringing, but it's a very simple little leather pouch. There is nothing else that is really striking about this as you're looking at it from the outside.
Okay. I'll open it very tentatively and
Very
look
nice.
inside.
Very good.
Oh, I should probably check the traps first.
Okay,
to
sure.
see if there's any
Check for
magical
traps.
traps on it or...
Absolutely. Kaelin ignites in a ball of fire. No.
Not again.
And that's investigation, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So looking at it, it doesn't seem trapped. But as you undo the buckle and open the wallet up, you see a little glint of gold that actually starts lighting up the entire dome. There seems to be this sparkling energy that just begins pouring out of it. I need you to make a roll for me. Roll me a... pretty much a 1d13 through this thing, through roll 20.
How do I do that?
Just
I
type
know.
/R. No, you know?
So
D13.
slash
Do it like this,
/R.
but
and then-
without the
yeah.
little dash in the front. Just what's after the dash.
Oh, I missed it.
/R space 1d13.
Oh, this is good.
Well,
So as you okay, so as you begin looking at this, everyone is now aware of the large kind of glowing eminence of this energy, and you see a single golden card kind of flit around you and come in front of you. On this blazing golden card, you see what is known as the donjon.
Oh, you are so fucked.
so,
What? How do I spell that?
Oh no.
So it is
You are
Donjon. It is, let me read this out. It is, oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
shit.
fucked. You're
Yeah.
so fucked.
So, Kaelin disappears. She becomes entombed in a state of suspended animation in an extra-dimensional sphere. Everything that you are wearing and carrying stays behind in the space that you occupied when you disappeared.
I'm naked.
No, you've lost your character. That's the way it is for now. That's it. Like, if you want an understanding of what's going on. Unless I'm not reading it right, your character's been imprisoned in the next dimensional space.
Yes. So just a quick write-up of it.
Wow.
So
got
as she
smacked by a deck.
disappears, that's it. As the deck kind of clambers to the floor and the golden cards inside, the flap kind of closes and loops the belt back closed itself. This is a deck of many things.
Oh.
Right. Sterling grabs that deck and puts it in his shirt and looks at everybody and goes, "Nobody else is drawing from it."
I pick up my tome of demonology and I go, oh yeah, there's some things I won't fuck with. Straight up.
Oh.
And with that,
I thought I was going to be the one rolling a new character earlier.
hey, it was getting close. It was getting close.
Yeah. If everyone else couldn't teleport, that's how it was going to go.
There is a
Alright,
way
that's just
to reverse what's happened,
What?
but it would possibly mean drawing another card or finding another way to get Kaelin back.
Around what level do you get when you first get access to the wish spell?
It's 17.
Yeah.
Alright, well, Kaylin, we'll see you in a while.
Fuck me. Jesus.
And with that, we might call this session to a close
mean-
for tonight. If I do remember correctly, it was actually
Yes,
Kaylin
there's
that
a
asked for
reason
this.
why you don't do
Oh no, this is the. Oh!
Oh,
Oh, it gets better.
Well, I mean, they're all good things. You just picked the worst possible. Like, literally, you picked the worst option there was.
Yeah.
I mean, there's one that you die, so at least that's. You
There
know.
is.
But yeah, this is definitely up there.
yeah, this is probably one of the
Five.
worst.
3 worst cards.
This is what do they call them?
I think there are 7 good and 7. I don't know. What is it? 7 good ones?
So this is a slightly altered version. There are some horrific cards in there that can do some pretty amazing stuff. There was a grand total of 13. There are now 12 cards inside the deck.
At least we can't do it again.
I mean, we could do it 12 more times.
We can.
Good to see 13 of the same card.
I can switch spells, can't I? As part of whatchamacallit, my class. Is that a thing that you allowing?
So you want to be able to...
Can I switch spells
Yeah,
on
look,
a long rest?
I'll allow.
Oh
If there's
shit!
something
No,
that you
never
want,
mind.
if there's something that you want to try to help Kaylin, then yeah, absolutely.
Can't. It's a 5th level.
All we need
So
to catch
I would
is
need to be level
opening.
9. I was gonna try and cast Commune and see if my patron had any advice.
Ah. It's something
That is a
it's-
1 level higher
Ah, gotcha.
able to right now,
Gotcha.
unless there is some way to do that by expending gold or something, perhaps.
Perhaps, or maybe something that could be inquired once we get to the next village that's up at the top of the of Icespire. But yeah, that was a hell
I
of a
don't think
card.
I have a Buffy episode. I don't think I have a Buffy episode that covers this.
Damn it, we're out of Buffy territory. So yeah, look, I think
Not
I'll
even
call
when
it
she died.
for this one. That was epic. That was fun. And an unexpected turn at the end. That was crazy.
That was terrifying. And we did all that things, literally ran out of a cave with like an astral fucking demi whatever after our ass, and it's a card that takes the biggest toll.
I mean,
Oh.
we spent 3 hours to basically do nothing and then lose a party member.
But you do have an extremely
What did-
powerful
Kaylin was
relic.
trying to do the right thing.
True.
Kaylin was making sure it wasn't anything terrible that she should really throw off the side of the cliff before she told anyone about. She was trying to be good.
And she was right.
Now she knows.
No,
I don't
think- I
believe
think-
you.
no, I don't believe you. I think Kaylin was trying to be greedy.
Kaylin was actually trying to be good. She was thinking it was something terrible.
Yes.
It was something terrible.
It did come from a pretty horrible place as well. Oh wow.
I don't. Sterling's besides he's a little shell shocked. He's like he pulls out like his hip flask and he's like, okay.
Oh shit. There's just
He drinks and then he passes it around.
there's just
Yep, I'm
empty
taking a swing of that
clothes.
shit.
There are empty clothes where Kaylin used to be.
It's like a Jedi. It's like the Jedi thing, or what? You know.
Yeah, exactly.
For the record, I'm going to get to and wrap up everything, like in her clothes, like tie it all off, bundle it up, and then just shove it in my bag.
Very good.
Someone's gonna look around and be like, you already go through this once before, aren't we looking for the cat? Or weren't we looking for the cat?
Yeah, we still feel he got made into a rug.
Well, that'll happen.
Oh,
Oh
we
dear.
kept getting distracted.
Hopefully there's no Kalen skin rug showing up soon.
Oh, Jesus. As well, gallivanting in the next plane, it's like, hey, that rug looks like... Oh, shit.
Guys,
Well,
Sterling, it's okay. I'll do it in character. I don't feel like I want to keep telling you guys what to do because it's getting tiring, and I can't feel that I'm responsible for what for your well-being the entire time. You've got to start making better choices.
Is this an inspirational talk?
No, this is you've got to stand on your own 2 feet at some point. I'm not going to be around. I'm not going to be around forever.
To be fair, they are. They're dealing with the consequences of their actions. It's.
No, but you've got to make better choices, like hiding things from your party members. Not a good idea. Lying to your party members, those who've got your back, who've meant to protect, who are going to step and take a spell to the chest for you, right? It doesn't work if you guys are just not going to be honest with each other, and running around and like touching stuff without thinking the consequences. This has just been a disaster from start to finish, and it was totally avoidable. So this is not Wayne, by the way. This is Sterling.
Wayne says that was fun.
Yeah, Wayne enjoyed it, but it was like Sterling's like, look, I come from a military background. It's all for one for all. But it's not going to work. Like, we're against a very powerful enemy with lots of abilities, lots of allies. We can't make mistakes. Like, if we make mistakes, we fail the mission. Think about it that way.
Lara's not lying or anything, but she is traumatized by the events that had happened. She literally stabbed her own eye.
Oh, no doubt. Like Sterling's not trying to make you feel bad. Like I'm not trying to make you feel bad. This is not the aim. But we've got to learn. Like this has been shit. Did we learn anything from it? Can we avoid this again? Like this sort of shit again?
I can honestly say, might send like someone's pet or familiar in first if this sort of shit happens.
Sorry, what was that again?
Maybe we could send a pet or a familiar in first.
No, that's not learning from the situation. Wow.
What was this group called again?
I think that's an improvement.
We don't have a name yet, do we?
It was poor life choices for a while.
Yeah. That's the name of the party. Poor life choices.
I'm sure there's something in the Demonomicon that can help. I will just redouble my efforts. In the meantime, do we want to just start summoning incubi and fly over the mountain? Is that how we try to... Isn't this a dead end?
I think we need to take a long rest tonight.
Oh yeah, it will be for sure.
I don't know. What do we need? Cam, what do we actually need to we look at Thermon. Where do we need to go? Like, is it still up? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, Thermon will keep pointing up to like another ridge, and then another ridge after that, and another ridge after that. So he knows the way. It is a steep ascent coming from this direction, but with the help of the caller's charter flights, demonic air definitely is gaining you guys a lot of time and getting past some relatively laborious climbing. It was never going to be overly difficult, but it's definitely giving you time to move ahead at a faster rate. You've also got a lighter load now.
Climbing.
Oh,
Too soon, Cam. Too soon.
too soon.
Don't worry, Caleb. I will talk to you
Ouch.
afterwards, and I'll let you know what's happening. Oh, Kayla's not there. She's in another
I
one.
look forward to us.
By the way, Sterling's putting that item in his backpack, and then at nighttime he's sleeping on it. Like, it's just, as far as he's concerned, he's carrying around like a nuclear weapon.
That's fair call.
You know what? Lara's not even going to try and steal it off him. And have a look at it.
Oh boy, can you imagine?
For a moment, yeah.
So
For
but
now, Lara's basically shying away from idiocy.
okay, so he goes, okay, I'm hanging on to this for now, and when we get to a period of time where things are not insane, we can decide as a group what we're going to do. Is everybody agreed to this?
Sure.
Or-
Sounds logical.
All right. And if the group agrees that they want to start drawing cards, well, then I can walk away late. I can walk away, but we can do that when things are not insane.
I, as far as I'm concerned, I have the treasure right here with this tome. You can do what you want with that deck of cards. Seeing it seems to have, 50-50 odds of obliterating you anyway.
Wow.
Well, slightly less now since one of the shitty ones has already been drawn.
That's true. A 4/10 chance to obliterate you.
Wow.
Very good. So yeah, with that, as everyone huddles in for a slightly traumatized sleep, we'll call our session there for tonight. That was cool. That was really awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool, Cam. Thank you.
I
Do
quite
rescue
enjoyed that
missions.
You're a bastard.
one. You're such a jerk.
What the hell was that?